My people. All right, today's gonna be something interesting we're doing. We're doing an unboxing for the very first time. And boy, we're getting into something, a whole different territory that I've never been in. So we're getting into pellet cooking, which I've never actually done before. Never cooked on a pellet grill, never had food off a pellet grill. But my wife ended up buying me the Oklahoma Rider DLX. It's a pretty dang looking grill. So we're gonna set that up and get started with it. So follow me along with this whole journey as we see how it goes. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is rip into the box, pop it open and find the instructions. I normally don't read instructions for a grill. However, this time I'm going to, because I've never done this before, and I do need to read through the manual, figure out how it works, and take a look at how to put it all together. So I'm gonna go and pop it open. And there's our box. So this is our Rider DLX. It should be fun to pop open. See what we got. I'm gonna pop the top, see if I can't find the instructions. See what's on top of this guy. And then later, we're gonna pop the sides down and take a look at what's going on. Do need to set this up real quick, because it's supposed to snow and rain later tonight. There we go. First look, boom. There are your instructions right there. We got the parts and pieces right here. And then what do we have here? Well, we got something here. And as you can see down in there, there's our instructions. This, I believe, is the bottom tray. And we've got a towel bar. There's the front of our grill. So, as I've heard before from Ricer over at Dead Broke Barbecue, I'll leave a link for him down below. Open from the Spanish side, so you can actually open the grill. This side, as you lay it down. Let's get started reading those instructions. All right, rock and roll. So the next thing we're gonna do, we've got this guy right here. Go ahead and slice into it. I've taken a look at the manual. We're looking good. There's our wheels. Our wheels are on top. Whoa, mama. These are some heavy duty wheels. We've got our buckets and a bucket ton of styrofoam. Because everything is packed in, even the buckets are packed in styrofoam. So when you go to remove this stuff, you don't want to eat it. It's not good. There's our towel bar / tool holder. We'll take a look at that in a second or two. Take a good look inside. There's our circuit board right there. That's our first attachment. Everything's well packed in. So let's go ahead and rip the side out of this. That'll give us a good place to put this guy together. All right, and there we go with our control panel on that side. I have opened the entire box. So it gives us space on both sides. I can flip it over for one of the steps in there. First thing we're gonna do is attach that control panel. That's why I opened that side panel on the box. Inside the cooking chamber, we actually have other parts and pieces. So you just pop that open. We've got a whole bunch of styrofoam and a bunch of parts and pieces you want to take out. Inside the first box, we have our grease ramp, whatever you want to call it. A bunch of other parts and pieces. One probe, which is odd for a grill that actually has 2 probe ports. Why they didn't include a second one is beyond me. But that's cool. We got our dash cap. That's in there. There's some grease buckets down here. A bunch of other parts and pieces. We have our, you can see it right down there. We'll take a look at all those pieces in a bit. But that's our first box. And we have grill grates in there as well for the top grates. All right, so other pieces we have our legs. We have the actual grill grates, which are heavy as anything. And if you take a look back in the fire pot, got that guy in there. Oh, echo. You can hear echo in there, but you're gonna pull that guy off as well. This is our sear cover. I'll pull that over before we flip it over. Well, it's cold and windy outside here. I decided after a long debate to actually have my kids help me flip it on its side, so we can actually start the put it together process. So let's take a look at that. All right, and the whole reason I want to do this, because this thing was buried in, essentially buried in styrofoam. So this is the very first step. What you want to do, shove all the cables inside, obviously. I don't want to crimp any cables. Everything else, seal her up. 2 screws on the top side, 1 on the bottom side. All right, now it's time to put the wheels on the legs. So we got a couple that look like this. This is not the screw-in type wheel. And we got a couple that look like this. Hey, guess what? The wheels will screw straight on in. And just tighten it down with a wrench. Next step up, what we want to do is you just kind of throw the legs on, and then we'll throw a bolt into there. There's a bolt hole here. You want the legs pointing to the outside for the front legs, and they need to go near the controller and hopper. Back legs go on the back side. All right, now that our legs are on, it's like all it is a simple crescent wrench. We're kind of rocking and rolling. Next step up, the bottom shelf. And the bottom shelf, once again, is super dead simple. So we'll take it out. We'll take a crescent wrench. We'll go ahead and throw these onto the bottom shelf. Screw those into the legs. All right, we have our bottom they belong. All right, well, this next step and the first step, I did totally disagree. They should be done on their side. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount the pellet bucket mount. Well, still on that side. And then we'll flip it over and get to some other stuff. Also, like the first thing, straight on its side, because there's too much styrofoam in that packaging. And boom, there it is. Took all 5 seconds to mount on the bottom side. Easy peasy. Now it's time to flip her over. Dun, 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 dun. The next step is the ash cup. Ash can, ash, whatever it is. Goes underneath. It's hot. In multiple languages, goes underneath right like that. And just screws on. You need to screw it on all the way. It's supposed to be super tight. And that took off 3 seconds. So on to our next. We're getting the easy part of the whole installation. Next part is to mount the side table. So it's just a washer and a screw on both sides. Actually comes with a really nice cardboard piece on top. Next step up is attach your tool bar. Make sure the hooks are facing out so you can actually hook stuff onto it. Because it threads into here. Just use another screw and washer. Cool, man. Hey, guess what? Next step up is to attach our handle. So, surprise, surprise, it goes like logo side out and right side up. Once again, 4 screws. Let's go ahead and get that on. Next step up is our smokestacks. There's 2 of them. There are 3 bolts, 3 nuts. And you just kind of feed them on in. So we're looking real right now. All right, rock and roll. So we got our smokestacks on. There's 3 screws and 3 nuts. And on the inside, easy peasy. Now to put on the smokestack topper. Just screw straight on in. Go ahead and screw that in, and you can adjust it as need be. So you can raise it up, lower it down, whatever the case may be. Lets in more or less smoke. Next step, let's go ahead and clip these guys, and then we're gonna mount our, I think it's called like grease runoff or some dang thing. I'm not 100% sure what it's called. Go ahead and cut these guys. Get rid of that. Get rid of this guy too. Next step up is to mount this guy in here. And it fits just like that. Now this is a grease runoff. Fits perfectly, exactly like that. Yeah, I just threw this guy back on. And it's super heavy duty. Not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and throw our grills on. All right, you have a left and a right grill grate. Put either one on either side, and then we'll drop in the centerpiece. But that's what it looks like. It's heavy as anything. Drop the center in the middle, and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and add our second grates on top of that. Got our bucket underneath as well. So that bucket just attaches right underneath that controller right there. And that's for pellet storage, when you dump pellets if you want to change flavors. Simple shelving rack system. There's 2 shelf racks. You just kind of hook it in. Like a closeted system. Easy peasy. Just hook straight in the back. I got another shelf as well.
And there she is, a ton of cooking space, all put together. I'm really looking forward to this. Didn't take very long, super dead simple, and the instructions, aside from the issues I mentioned, were all pretty good.
All right, initial thoughts and reviews of the whole setup and experience. Like I said, there's a couple of things you want to watch out for in the whole manual. I do recommend setting it outside for the first part, and setting it outside for the on its side for the for hooking up the pellet catcher thingy dingy. It's heavy duty as anything, so I don't know. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything else. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about the whole thing. I'll get into better review once I start cooking on it. So, all right, take care, my people, and we'll see how it goes. Follow me along on this whole journey. Pickles